Hi, my name is Yi. I majored in English Literature and USP. I graduated in 2017. I'm currently a teacher with the Ministry of Education and I teach English and Literature.
Hi, I'm Phyllis. I majored in Global Studies and USP. I graduated just last year, 2019, and currently I'm a first-year master's student at Hopkins Nanjing Center. I joined USP because I was kiasu. So when the letter came in the mail saying that I'm invited to apply, I just applied. But I think later on what made me accept the USP offer was actually during the USP interview. So I've attended a few interviews for different programs and universities, but I felt that the USP one was strange because I got to interview the interviewer. So I was very curious about what this program was and what kind of people were there, and that's why I just accepted the USP offer to check it out. Yeah.
Okay, I applied because I think, like Phyllis, I also did receive a mail, but I was interested in the diverse aspect of USP. So I think when I read up more about USP, I realized that USP is a place where you not just study with people from different backgrounds, but also live with them as well. And I think this is something that you won't get if you are not in the program, because you will just be in your own major, studying with a lot of interesting people, but they'll be a bit too like-minded. USP was going on a USP exchange. So I think what a lot of people might not know is that USP does have its own exchange program as well. So as a USP student, you can apply to your own faculty exchange and the USP exchange. Okay, so I went on this exchange to Amsterdam University College, which is in the Netherlands, okay, for half a year, and it was a very memorable experience because it's my first time being away from home such a long time, and it's quite interesting to see how people from different backgrounds also overseas do approach the same idea of more liberal type of studies. Yeah.
So for me, right, it's more local. So it's my independent research project. I did it with a halfway house in Singapore, and we did kind of interview the residents, and we came up with a paper, and then we got to present a paper as well. So it's my most memorable one because I think when I was in JC, I was just struggling to pass A-levels and do well, but then I didn't really get to see Singapore much, so doing this research paper was very memorable. Yeah. Okay, so I'll mention two experiences. One was I went to Princeton for a USP international program. Then we had this committee debate session, and I was the only Singaporean in a group of all guys from other countries. So that was scary, but that really helped me with grad school in terms of integrating and fitting in. And then for fieldwork, I did a few fieldwork opportunities in USP. So that actually helped me with doing my work in China, where I was able to do my own independent interviews with people as well. So this was really very helpful.
Interesting. Okay, so for me, I've chosen two experiences that I've had locally. The first one is Connect Tuition. It's a program where we used to give tuition to kids from the rental blocks along Dover Road. Okay, and the second one that I've chosen is USP Ambassadors. Okay, where we do outreach and other programs for prospective students to USP. Okay, the reason why I think these two have impacted me as to what I'm doing now is because I feel like these two made me realize that I'm a very people-oriented person, and I'm also very interested in capacity building and development. So for the first one is about education, which is what I'm doing now, and the second one, when I was in Ambassadors, I was also in charge of training different ambassadors when I was a senior, and that made me realize that even some things like a small advice, structured training and all that can really go a long way in someone's personal development, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing today.
It's overloading. This is good at Tama. Okay, so it was overloading because overloading means you do more classes than the average NUS student.
Right.
And I did that because I want to clear my USP classes, clear my major classes, and I also want to take other classes that I was interested in. So being a USP means if I want to take a lot of other classes that I want to do, then I'll have a busier work schedule. Yeah.
So mine was the sound. Okay, so I think if you come to USP, you realize that most USP students just have a lot of opinions. Okay, so I think that's both a good and a bad thing. I think the reason why I chose to write sound and not noise is because even though there's a lot of opinions, you can choose to look at them as diversity as well. And there's always something to learn from someone, be it just through a dinner time conversation, talking in the classroom with your friends, or even just walking to the bus stop. Random talks about random things. Not everything is very serious, not everything is very academic, but everyone has something to say. Okay, so I think one thing that USP has value added to me is openness. So I teach literature, and literature is a compulsory subject at lower secondary, not at upper secondary. And as we all know, not every student has an inclination or interest in literature. Okay, so my USP experience has really taught me about how to approach a diversity of opinions and interests. So even though I teach something that I love, I cannot expect everyone to love it the same way that I do. So I think from being in USP, from interacting with people around me in USP, I've learned to appreciate how different people can have different interests, yet and still find the same appreciation for something as well. Yeah.
So I'm not working. I'm still doing my masters. And being in for my program, I'm the only Singaporean out of like 100 over people. So I think being in USP helped me to be more courageous about talking to people who might come from a completely different background. And I guess in year 1 and 2 I was more cautious, so I was really scared of like taking risks. But seeing like how my friends are all like, you know, just rushing into things and just learning a lot from them has made me more daring as well when I moved on to grad school. Yeah.
Okay, I think right, being in USP, you should just grab. Okay, what do I mean? There are a lot of opportunities that will present themselves in front of you, be it in terms of choosing different modules, be it in terms of international opportunities, overseas opportunities, local opportunities, research opportunities, so many opportunities, even like different choice of food and dining hall, right? Okay, so whatever you're interested in, just grab, because you must understand that these are opportunities that do not present themselves in front of everyone, and definitely not so when you graduate. Okay, so I think take the undergraduate experience to really try things that you want to try, and there's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay, for me actually, okay, we overlap, but I will free time. Okay, so my advice to USP incoming, if you're still thinking, is to actually give some free time. Don't stack your entire timetable with commitments like, oh, Monday I have this meeting with this group, Tuesday I have this CCA, Wednesday I have this thing. Try to free yourself up so that whenever there's random talks or workshops that interest you, you don't have to be committed to something and you can just go. So yeah.
Okay, I guess I agree to a certain extent, but I also do see that because I think USP have a lot of projects, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes committing yourself to a longer term project in USP does have a lot of merits as well. What do you think?
I think it depends on the person. So if you already know what you want to do, then you should just grab, because you're like, I definitely know I want this, I definitely know I want this. But if not, right, it's okay to have free time, but make sure your free time is not like spent in your room just sleeping, okay? So you should use the free time to explore. Maybe would I be interested in this? Maybe I should try to listen to this talk today, or go for this activity today, because there's a lot of ad hoc activities going around USP like nearly every day. So
yeah, I agree. I feel like something that you're interested in might not be something that I'm interested in. But I think what's very good about people I observe in USP is that we're all very purposeful, and I think that really creates an environment where you want to just go and grab something, you know, and even if it's free time, you know what you're doing, and that's great. Yeah. Bye.